White zombie. Horror of Dracula. This island Earth. Frankenstein meets Wolfman. House of Usher. The Thing. Teenage Frankenstein meets Teenage Wolfman. Walking Dead. The House on Haunted Hill. The Phantom of the Opera. Good evening.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Little Monsters Movie Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Killer Klowns from Outer Space, 1988. Awesome.
Right, it is.
Yes, and yes, I love the clowns.
Yeah.
Love the Killer Klowns.
I'm not keeping this on the whole time. You hear how nasally I sound? We're going to try this.
Oh, I thought your nose was swollen.
No, that's a big zit.
From allergies.
I got to pop the zit.
Wow. Oh. Yeah,
all right.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. I'm going to set this nose right here, even though it's filled with congestion. And anyways, so what do you think, Killer Klowns?
I forgot how much I love this movie. I remember watching it on. I think I caught like half of it on cable with a buddy when I was maybe in junior high school or something like that. And I immediately went to the corner video store, from it was called like Movie Mart, and to see if they had it, and they did.
Your local video store,
right,
which we don't have no more.
In my video store, they always had the full moon movies, and that's what I was saying. This movie kind of reminds me of the fun it was watching those old full moon movies, the Puppet Master, Subspecies, Head of the Family, a bunch of others, and there's so many good ones. Demonic Toys that I loved when I was a kid. Even though this isn't a full moon movie, it's maybe a little higher budget. It's fun like one of those movies, and I think it could have easily fit into a full moon kind of.
Definitely, yeah. Let me shout out to Misfit Boy Walsh, who is responding to us on Facebook. So
I think it's the only one.
Yeah, not too many more responses.
Come on,
whatever. But we got a pretty good crowd going on iTunes. So we got people from Germany, UK, Philippines, So
Philippines.
Yeah, we've got plenty. Over 1,000 listeners so far. So we're doing good. YouTube channel now. It's going to take time, but we're getting there. Just keep spreading the word. And anyways, I love the clowns in this movie, man.
They're also articulate and cool
their
looking.
faces are just.
All have their own flavor.
I think we talked about this before, the toys. I mean, I'm not sure if they made toys,
I'm
but
pretty sure they did. I checked out Amazon, and sure enough, they did. And they're all like out of print now, and they're like $40 a piece. But they look awesome.
$40 a piece? Well, that's not.
But they look really cool. I mean, maybe you find them cheaper somewhere else, but I mean, it's not the kind of thing you can go to Toys R Us and buy anymore.
Yeah.
But
as you notice, we're big toy collectors, so I mean, you see every Even, you can see the Mr. Clown back there. I hung him up this week, and I'll probably keep him there from now on.
I love him.
He's a little deranged.
Yeah, we used to have a big competition. Who could get the most... I'd come over to your house, and you'd have, like, the newest Star Wars Power of the Force line. I had to go find them, and I'd have to get one that you didn't have. And
my brother would get one in a package, one boxed for later. I mean, that's going a little bit too far, but anyways.
But these
it open. Yeah, but the Killer Clown toys, I would have loved to have gotten there, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, the movie, it starts off, Makeout Point?
Yeah, they kind of have a little scene in the town. I think the first main character we see is Officer Mooney. He's the local cop, played by John Vernon, who always plays a grumpy jerk. And I remember him mostly as the Dean in Animal House. So if you know that guy, that's who's in this movie.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. He's just. I think someone bumps into him, he's like, punk.
One of those guys always in a bad mood.
It's like the nicest town that he's a cop in. There can't be that much crime here.
No. But he's still got his scotch and his little styrofoam cup.
He still has to ram his head in the wall.
Yeah.
He'd be one of those cops that we'd all be rioting about now.
You think he would have a family member that bought him an actual mug that said, like, buddy, son?
Yeah.
But no, he's
Number one dad.
He's got a He's got a styrofoam cup.
That's all he deserves.
You know, and I'm surprised he didn't bite it off when he was drunk. You know, you remember how you used to just chew on those styrofoam cups?
Oh. But yeah, then we get to make out point. I forget what they call it in the movie, but make out point. Everyone's doing their thing, and we see our main characters, Mike Tobacco.
Mike Tobacco.
I wonder what the family genealogy of that name is. And
Mike Tobacco.
And,
and Debbie.
Debbie.
The looker,
Debbie,
which we'll get to later when she's
right.
shower scene.
And then a comet kind of flies overhead. And before that though, the Terenzi brothers show up.
Yeah, they
right?
show up. The ice cream truck.
They think they're going to sell some ice cream to the people making out.
Yeah, great place to sell ice cream too.
And I don't know how people are wanting to make out 2 feet away from another car where 2 other people are making out. And,
that's how they did it back then. They used to squeeze in as
so
close as...
Like, what are they doing? And how come I'm not doing that?
How voyeuristic it is. Yeah.
And I like how they got their in his, what is it, a truck or whatever he's got. They got the inflatable air mattress.
Oh yeah, he's all set up. He's ready to go with Debbie, and he flops on top of her, and they're ready to go.
But I remember doing that when we had the drive-in theater at the Memphis Triple Drive-In over here in Northeast Ohio.
Yeah,
it's gone now. It's just a field. But I used to have a Chevy S10 pickup, and me and my girlfriend, now she's my wife, we would buy some of the blow-up mattresses. We didn't make out. We watched the movie. Yeah. I would blow them up, and we'd sit in the back of the truck and
sneak in some beers.
And
The
only one I remember watching is Blair Witch Project. We saw Blair Witch Project on a big drive-in screen, and that movie is so dark. I remember that I couldn't even really see what was going on. Ended up having to go to another theater to see it because I couldn't see what was going on. It was just such a dark movie, so dark outside. It was all mud. So
I saw The Exorcist there.
At the Memphis
I might have brought that up before. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I did with my uncle who passed out, and it was kind of scary. And as a kid, it was I'm 6 years old. They're taking me to see The Exorcist.
Yeah, that's a film that they don't even bring out that often. Like even like at festivals and things like that, you never hear about a screening of The Exorcist. We had another theater around here. Remember the Yorktown over on
Oh yeah.
Before they closed down, they were just kind of showing older films, and they showed a print of Exorcist. And I will admit, it was beautiful. Like, they showed movies. They showed, like, Full Metal Jacket, Clockwork Orange. And there was always, like, scratches and nicks in the print would skip.
They would get the bad copies or something.
Or whatever you get.
Cheaper, whatever.
But they showed Exorcist, and I definitely went to go see that. There wasn't a lot of people in it. It was a dank, old, musty-smelling theater, especially towards the end. But that print was flawless. It was so perfect. And then they had that version you never saw, and I didn't want nothing to do with it, so I just like the old.
That's when the old, you'd have a local movie theater. Mm-hmm. Now it's big old General Cinemas and stuff like that.
We have the Cinematheque down in downtown Cleveland, and they do show in the Cedar Lee. Sometimes they'll show some older films, but we're getting way off topic here. But it's good to reminisce about things that we used to have that were kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, I'd say, I wish somebody would do that, but then I don't even know if anybody would go because... sometimes half the time when they show a cool movie at midnight, I say, well, I got the Blu-ray of Big Trouble in Little China at home. Why do I need to
we got
go out
giant
there and see it?
50-inch screen TVs.
Right.
I mean,
But if it was an actual film print, a lot of times what they do is they just project the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And, they think that's good enough. If that's what they're doing, I'm not interested. But if it's an actual film print, which is what the Cinematheque does, that would be cool. That would be cool. And I would pay money for that.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Anyways, getting back to Killer Klowns.
Comet.
Yeah, they see the comet go by, and what Debbie tells Mike Tobacco, he's let's go get find this.
Miles away.
Yeah, it's a million miles away
he's
because
pouring champagne. He's ready to.
Oh yeah, he's ready to get it going and stuff. Good old Debbie laying on top. But anyway, she wants to go. So he finally convinces her it's an adventure too. So he may get lucky in the adventure.
Right, you never know
where this leads. So
and then we meet the old coot.
Yeah, he's sitting on the porch
reading a book about Halley's Comet, right? And that's
what
Halley's
he thinks Comet. This is. He's like, "Oh my God, Halley's Comet!"
Right.
So he's going to go get it or dig
it.
His
shovel, his lantern, and his dog Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bear,
yes. And that guy is. You probably recognize him. He's been in 8,000 movies. His name's Royal Dano.
Well, I think 8,001, but IMDb it.
You look on his filmography list. I mean, it's vast.
It's one of those guys.
It's like Christopher Lee almost, And I remember seeing him in tons of movies. Probably one of my favorite things that I remember seeing him in is the first episode of the old Planet of the Apes TV series, which I love Planet of the Apes. And,
oh, yeah. That TV series was awesome, too. I thought.
Nobody else seemed to think so because it only lasted like 12 episodes.
Well,
but what do they know?
The best stuff tends to disappear quick. But anyways,
sometimes. But that's who this old coot is played by, Royal Dano. And, he's got his dog Pooh Bear, and they go out in the woods, and
they see a huge, gigantic tent.
Red, yellow, bright.
Yeah, like a circus tent.
And there's like, oh, the circus is in town, Pooh Bear. Maybe we can get us some free passes.
He's looking for some free passes, or sneak in underneath the circus, tent. But
and then, like as he's walking by the circus, you see the shadow of the clown. You don't have to wait that long to start seeing the clown.
Oh no, everything happens really fast.
And,
so
the little circle opens up just right in the wall, and a big hand with a net goes up, scoops Pooh Bear up,
scoops the dog right up.
Somehow the neckerchief is left behind.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah.
The net grabs the whole dog, but yet...
the neckerchief gets left.
Yeah. Oh well, that's what... Yeah, and then he's, the old guy turns around looking for him. And,
yeah, like he grabs the wire, like the rope that's holding the tent, and this thing's wired. And he falls down, and we do see a clown come up, aim a cool little toy plastic ray gun looking thing at him, shoot, but we don't see what happens to him, not yet.
Yeah, they don't show nothing yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we kind of go back to the town where Mooney's picked up a couple of punks.
Oh yeah.
A couple of
good old
college punks.
Punks, yeah, just
they had the nerve to be walking through the cemetery with a bottle of wine.
Unbelievable. Everything teenagers do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually the funnest times, but the cops always ruin it. So, anyways,
punks,
yeah,
run them in.
So, yeah,
book them, Dano.
good old Mooney, very strict guy.
Right, and we see I think it's just a 2-cop town, kind of like Andy Griffith and Barney Fife.
Yeah.
And the other guy's a young kid, probably more like a rookie.
It's kind of strange though, because this is it looks like a big town as they're driving through it and stuff like that.
Two cops. Or maybe they're just the night shift.
Could be.
I mean, there's got to be another shift, right?
You would think so, yeah.
And he's just another officer. His name's Dave, a young kid. With really, really nice hair. Really just perfect.
Looks like plastic hair on a toy.
When he shakes his head, it bobs a little bit, but it stays right in place.
Yeah, perfect hair.
Perfect hair.
Anyways, yeah.
So he's trying to tell him, don't be so rough with them, whatever, and blah, blah, blah.
Trying to be the better cop, yeah.
Yeah, and Mooney's going to run him in, put him in jail.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's not taking no crap.
Exactly.
Good old Mooney,
And, so the movie kind of skips back and forth there, and then we get to
Mike Tobacco and Debbie. Yep.
Mike and Debbie, they
finally reach the tent.
Yes.
Or the ship, because that tent is a UFO.
And we got to take a minute to talk about Debbie's hair.
Yeah, Debbie's hair is...
the nice, poofy 80s hair. What happened to that?
As 80s hair comes, Debbie's hair is very, very well done.
I think I had a girlfriend that wore her hair like that. I loved it.
Well, some are higher than others.
Yeah, that was perfect. Perfect 80s hair, not too fluffy.
Most of those girls look back on it, though, and go, what was I thinking? And yeah, like I say to you, I think it looked good.
It did look good.
But I do like the 80s, so, that's my generation. My generation. So, yeah, but they go just like the old guy, the old coot, right. Go looking at the tent.
They get to the circus tent, and she wants to go back. Oh, let's go back.
All of a sudden she's scared.
She's scared now.
But you got to see wwhat's going on there.
I mean, what's a circus tent?
It might be a circus.
Maybe we can get some free passes.
Free passes. But yeah, it's all lit up and stuff, so you would think you'd go there and at least see if it's a circus. But,
open for business.
But for some reason, she's frightened.
Rightfully so, we'll find out.
Well, right. But from a distance, it looks like a circus. Anyways, they do eventually walk up to the circus.
Yeah, it takes a little while to find a way in, kind of like a little... Doesn't it like a little door just go... bloop, kind of open up, and they get inside, and it's just so weird inside. It doesn't look like a circus in there. It's everything is primary colors: red, yellow, blue, green.
It is perfect, though. I love the colors, the layout. It looks all, like I said, cheaply made, but they did a great job with it.
It's exactly what you'd expect it to look like if clowns built it. And,
getting to too, what are clowns doing coming from space to Earth? they've got the popcorn. They've got
theory.
the cotton candy. Like I said, I think for some reason there's a planet out there that was getting our signals, and for some reason the signals from the TV from like an old carnival or circus show, Howdy Doody show, something like that, and they saw clowns, whatever this alien species was, and they're like,
this is what we're going to base our whole existence on.
So they just created their whole environment and their whole world with clowns. Everything is clown carnival related. So somewhere there's a planet carnival.
Carnival.
Could be. That's my theory anyway.
Guys, great idea for the next movie, which we'll talk about. You know, there's some rumblings. There may be a sequel. But they find a door.
People were asking about that, if there was going to be a sequel.
Well, I mean, everything that we've read is that they want to do it. I don't know if the Chiodo brothers who kind of did this movie, and something about them that I kind of learned as, getting ready for the show. I didn't really realize that they were, big special effects guys. A little bit more so than I thought. They worked on, not movies that we consider, real memorable, but they did like Ghoulies, the creature effects, and Critters. And let's face it, the monsters in those movies are the coolest thing about them. That's what makes us remember. I mean, I'll never forget the little ghoulie popping out of the toilet bowl.
Oh, yeah. Well, similar to when we get to later on, the clowns and the popcorn, which we'll talk about when we get to that. But,
so, I mean, it's some special effects guys. We want to make a cool movie. And that's what it is. It's a cool movie with lots of cool effects.
They did some good stuff in the 80s.
And, the movie cost $2 million to make. And they did what they could with it. And it looks cool for what it is. I mean, I couldn't do any better.
Oh, no. The theme, I mean, the way they set it up, just with the saucer coming on. And don't get me wrong, the acting's bad, but it's a good bad. I mean,
it's good for the movie.
Mike Tobacco's just overacting on every scene. Like, oh my God, holy crap, I can't believe, kind of a William Shatner kind of thing going on there. But sure. Yeah,
it is, but I mean, if they made another one, I'd want it to look just like this.
Oh, yeah.
The ship, the clowns,
basic carnival theme.
Keep it looking the same. Don't go CGI or anything. Let's do practical effects.
Yeah.
And from what I had heard, that if they were going to make, second one and third one, there was going to be at least one character from each of from the original movie in each movie. And the first one was supposed to have Mike playing, from what he had said, from what I read, that he was going to be like the town drunk. It's years and years later, and he's, the clowns are going to come back. And
this was Mike Tobacco?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, this is what he ends up being, going nuts. And being like the town drunk. You're always talking about the clowns. The clowns are coming to get you. They're going to come back. And they do. So, and he gets to be the hero again, I would hope. Yeah. So, I'd love to see another one of these. And I heard that they're making it in 3D, and that's what they want to do. And
let's keep our fingers crossed.
Let those popcorn guns fly in 3D.
Oh, heck yeah.
And they should even do, just please.
Yes.
Somebody throw some money at these guys. If I had money, I'd give it to you guys. But
anyways, we're so Debbie and Mike's in the ship.
Right. And they don't even realize it's a ship yet. I think a door opens, they go in, and they see like the core going way down into the earth, and that's when they realize this isn't, a clown tent.
Yeah.
And they stumble into the cotton candy room.
Yes, they see all these huge cotton candy cocoons just hanging from whatever, like a clothesline looks like from, doing your laundry.
Punching bag ball.
Or they also look like giant testicles. Yeah. If you look at them really close and think about it, now that I said it,
that's all I see now.
They look like giant testicles.
Thanks.
But anyways, they rip the cotton candy.
Yeah, it's cotton candy. They tear it off and
see the old guy.
Yeah, there's Royal Dano's
face is all bloody,
and right there like that. And
so it's kind of like melting down the skin, which we'll find out later.
Right, that's what they're doing.
It's kind of like melting your body down in this cocoon into a liquid form, which is different, but. Yeah.
And then I think it's not too long after
catches them.
Yep. They get clowns coming into the compartment. I think he's carrying another cotton candy.
Right.
I think he's going to hang it up.
Yeah.
Let it get fresh.
Fresh and soft and squeezy. Yeah.
He doesn't he eyeball
Debbie?
Mike and Debbie?
Yeah, he does.
And
that's when he...
Oh, and I love because they show the clown messing with some of the controls. I don't know what he's doing exactly. He's just moving some dials. But everything looks so plastic, like you get it at the dollar store. And it just... I can't say it any better. The tops of them, like the little plastic balls you jump in at Chuck E. Cheese. And
like
stuff like
very, very... Yeah, like the soft plastic.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. It does. Like you would get at the dollar store.
Yeah,
like,
I mean...
Dollar store control.
But I mean, that's just what's so cool about it.
Oh, yeah, because it's so
perfect.
carnival.
Right.
It's like a real carnival theme.
And
you all right?
Yeah.
Something in your eye? Your contact's getting...
No. I just got off work and my
he's
eyes
blinking
are
at me, and I'm not sure what's going on, so I have to inquire.
I've had the contacts in all day. Don't let it bother you.
But yeah, then the clowns, this is where he chases them. Mm-hmm. And as they're running down the corridor and stuff,
right?
We see the popcorn gun. And the popcorn he shoots, and the popcorn all chases them, both Debbie and Mike, all the way down.
Around the corner.
It's not like, momentum takes them down or anything. It just it follows them all the way out the ship.
They get all kind of slathered on the back.
Yeah.
But they make it out. They make it out of the ship.
They do make it out.
Run. But the clowns are going to be
my favorite scene. Yeah,
what's it?
When the two clowns come out and they make the magical balloon dog, and it actually starts barking as they're running away with it, like it's going after them.
In the whole movie.
Oh, it's great. I love
learned
it.
How to make balloon animals. I bought my daughter a kit for Christmas. And
did you?
Yeah, and I never really
got to it yet. It's still sitting there.
Just sitting there.
Gonna have to take a day and figure it out.
Learn how to do it. Make some money.
Yeah, we can do birthdays.
Yeah, we'll come to your house.
I can juggle.
You know how to juggle?
I know how to juggle.
I have juggling balls, but I don't know how to juggle.
I'm going to get a unicycle, juggle, and
tough.
if you make balloon animals, we can start our own little circus.
No.
So check us out one day. Anyways,
clowns start chasing them. They get back in their car, don't they? And they're trying to take off, and big clowns are jumping on the car, and they don't do any damage, but. The clowns realize, hey, people know where we are now, and they're going to go to the town.
Yeah.
And
it's creepy, too. Like, they're laying on the ground, they just sit up. The clowns have the creepiest, scariest face in this movie.
And they're expressive. They're not just static. I mean, they do move. The muscles move.
Yeah, they see them move a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not gray. They're not. It's not like Gollum. But...
Right.
It's still pretty darn good.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's what makes the movie so cool. And then each one looks different. Even when they have a bunch of them, like, towards the end.
Yeah.
And you see they're all different. And that takes time and care and love. And we appreciate that.
The creepiness of their faces are just great. And as they're walking to the city, they're walking really slow.
Like Night of the Living Dead. Like zombies.
Like zombies. Zombie clowns walking to the town.
Right. So
they do get there very quickly. So they got no transportation they show of. But later they show
they could have got their way faster. But we see...
but somebody would have had to pick them up on the way, though. Because they do show them the scene walk. I know I'm jumping all over. But they do just show them just walking away. So somebody had to come out of the ship in a little clown car and pick them up.
It says Crescent Cove, 5 miles, and they're just walking at a snail's pace.
But
I mean, in the movie time, because this movie takes place over one night.
Right.
Yeah, it's just one evening. And I guess in terms of the night, they get there in like 6 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So Mike and Debbie, they're going straight to the cops.
Oh, and
I love when he pulls up his car. It's up on the sidewalk, knocks the freaking mailbox,
tags
the police car in the back.
They lost their reasoning in how to drive.
I mean,
I guess if you're scared to death that killer clowns are coming after you, you're going to do that.
That's true.
So either that or Mike Tobacco dropped his glasses and he didn't know how to drive. So
maybe he doesn't know how to drive. I don't know.
But anyways, yeah.
Dave, the officer Dave, comes out and he talks to Debbie and Mike and come on in. We're going to sort this out, and they go inside.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get to like where the clowns start invading the town.
So one of your favorite
One
scenes.
of my favorite parts is the drugstore part.
The drugstore
when you've seen this movie, and I gotta assume most of you guys have probably seen this movie. This is a classic.
Oh, yeah.
Although I did run into some people at work that never saw it, never heard of it. But my mom is, watched some of this. She knows what this is. So,
yeah,
no
Linda.
excuses.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't sit there and watch the whole thing. But she knows I like it. So, I just remember the part that the clown's kind of standing outside the drugstore, pretending to be like the little
gorilla that's next. Like what are those tronic?
Yeah, animatronic. They have clowns, they have gorillas.
So he pretends why the girls come up.
Right. So they kind of leave him there for a minute, and then we go back to the cop station, police station, And, of course, they're telling a story that's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
And
Mooney wants nothing to do with it. He's like, what are you talking about?
And
get the heck out of here. There's killer clowns coming, and they're shooting popcorn with... And he's just going, what? Which we would do the same, you know.
And in the police station scenes, Debbie's hair looks really nice. And
we got to keep pointing that out.
We start. I think this is this where we find out that she and Dave once dated. I don't know how seriously, but
we find out in the car, don't we?
Is it the car? Is it then?
I think it's when they're in the car, but yeah. And anyways, he's sympathetic towards her.
Right, they've had a relationship, so he kind of wants to believe her. But this story, I mean, even I would have a hard time believing this too. But Mooney's great, you know. Oh, and then I think Mike Tobacco mentions the Terenzi brothers, you know, that they were up there. We were at the point, the Terenzi brothers there, and then that's the Terenzi brothers pulling another prank on the town, and like we're troublemakers, terrorize the town.
Yeah, evidently they look like it, huh? I do like how the Terenzi brothers they look alike too.
So now, when they did show them, I don't think we even really touched on them. The Terenzi brothers are just two brothers. Mike says that to Debbie that they're his best friends. When he wants to have a good time, he hangs out with those guys. Mike
Tobacco's, and it's an odd pairing. You wouldn't think that would be his best friends. He's got looks like the hottest girl in town, and you would think, you know.
But he hangs out with these two geeks.
Yeah.
But I remember when they first show up. You know, we talked about they first showed up. I love how they have the two kind of chunky girls. Not wrong with that, but a couple of chunky girls in the car.
That was
in the ice cream truck with them, and they're trying to pry them with ice cream. You know, give them enough ice cream. They'll
trying to get in their pants with ice cream.
Right.
But it don't work because they've got attitudes.
They've got morals and
attitude.
I love the he says, keep your shirt on or something. He's like, we intend to. And they're just sitting there sucking away on ice cream.
Oh yeah.
We can have all the ice cream we want.
The popsicle's going down. Yeah. Anyway, so
I mean that's the kind of guys these two are. They're always arguing and bickering.
Yeah, like the two brothers that have given nookies, you know, and stuff like that kind of thing.
So that's the Terenzi brothers. I know we kind of just mentioned in passing, but they're awesome.
Yes.
And if they ever make more, I hope those two guys or their offspring. I think we joked about their offspring.
Yeah, if they got to incorporate them in the movie somehow if they make a sequel, right? Because the ice cream trucks got to still be there. And either they're two old guys still running it, or they got their children doing the same thing, you know, and bickering at each other. That would be awesome.
My business, no, it's my business.
Yeah, we're equal partners. Come on, boing! You know, or something like. I mean, that would be awesome.
So,
but anyways,
so that's the cop station, and now what comes in the middle is kind of like not so much plot heavy, just a lot of little scenes of what the clowns are doing. That's what we want to see. We want to see the clowns.
What the clowns are doing in the
town.
Tearing
up in the town. And what's...
The first one is the puppet show.
Oh, the gazebo with the creepy young guy just walking around the park.
Yeah, he's all by himself.
With his bad 80s hair.
Oh, bad 80s hair,
just walking around the park. And
all by himself.
In the gazebo.
Going to the gazebo. I wonder if he was meeting a chick there, or his buddy to score some weed or something. I don't
show up or something.
Yeah,
and he starts watching this little puppet show,
and he's giggling like he's. Oh my god, this is funny. So funny. Yeah, the 5-year-old likes this. So do I.
Puppets hitting each other, and then one of the puppets pulls out like a ray gun, blasts the other puppet away. He starts laughing like a loon, and when he does that with I think it's like the pink-haired, spiky-haired clown pops up and aims that gun at him. And zap turns into
a popcorn swirling cocoon.
The cotton candy cocoon. That's what we see.
What did I say? Popcorn?
Yeah, but that's all right. I
don't know why I said popcorn. I meant cotton candy. But yeah, he's all spilled up. Anyways, then they get back to the drugstore again.
Yes, which is my favorite. Only because the clowns are just in there. They're just knocking everything off.
Yeah, they're not looking at merchandise.
Over racks.
They're not looking at merchandise. What is this? What is it? No, they're just
I don't know why.
Throw over.
It reminds me like what my son would do. In the trucks.
And what gets me is the old guy is just standing there.
Oh no!
What do I do?
And you see, they've already turned some people into cotton candy cocoons
on the floor,
but
they're leaving him alone, which is good.
Yeah, so far.
Because he's keeping to himself. He's just making little, oh my god.
Oh no.
They must, in their mind, they're going, he's so innocent looking.
I just remember the little one. There's the little clown in there. I know he opens up something of powder and sneezes it all over somebody in the shave cream.
In the shaving cream.
He doesn't know what this is.
shaves it in, puts it in his face, and yeah.
I don't know why. It's a little scene. I just love the part where he just takes and starts knocking stuff off the shelf.
The way the clowns act themselves are just awesome. I mean, it's just... And what, did they come up and delivering pizza?
I love the pizza. Hot chick.
Don't ask me how they knew that. Well, they must have got the pizza guy outside the door. But yeah, she's standing there in her negligee. I think you can kind of see that there's nothing underneath her. I mean, yeah, it's typical 80s.
Right. I mean, it's better what you don't see. And yeah, they got like 6 pizza boxes. And pizza! And it opens up and the little one pops out. You know, he's kind of cute. And he's got his gun. Boop! You know, and turns her in a cocoon. Yeah. Isn't there's an old lady?
Yeah.
They're
stopping at all the doors every day.
Yeah, door to door. Really? Yeah. And box of candy, and which Harold, is this from you?
Yeah. Oh, what a great husband he is. But yes, gets blasted.
Right. And we take a little break from the clowns, the chaos.
Yeah.
And
going on into town.
Dave and Mike and Debbie, they're in the car. She's trying to explain this. Okay, I think you're right. This is where we find out that they had a relationship.
Yeah.
Dave says, "You know how I feel about you,"
and Mike Tobacco's in the back just going, "What's going on?
I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm me
talking in front of me."
Right. So they want to take Debbie home, keep her safe, and
which is good.
And Mike, Dave and Mike, they're going to go out to the woods.
Yeah, he's going to try to find the proof. Because, whatever.
Right. Thinks, it's a tall tale. And, because they came to the police station saying, somebody's dead. People are dead. And, the cops have to check that out.
Exactly.
So they drop Debbie off, and then they're going to go out to the woods. And they do, and
the tent's gone.
Tent's gone.
But there's a huge, crater where the tent was.
Oh, yeah, but Dave goes and starts cuffing Mike. Satan, people are dead. False reporting. And so
yeah.
And there's a big crater.
Yeah, there's proof there.
At least something was there.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's because he's dating Debbie that he just wants to take
all
the revenge and the power. He's like, I can handcuff you, put you away,
Because he even says when Dave's cuffing him, Debbie saw it too, and he stops for a second. He's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe she's playing a game on me too.
Yeah, but he don't care. I mean, he just takes and hauls him away. And another favorite part of mine was when
you like the motorcycles, right?
Oh, the biker bar, whatever it is. All these hippies, they're sitting, what's going on? Drinking a beer. They're not in the bar. They're outside the bar.
An alley or something.
Yeah,
I think, right?
And they're all and the littlest clown comes up on his little bicycle.
I think it's got training wheels on it.
Yeah, it's all like a little 5-year-old's bicycle, and he comes. Yeah, and they're laughing at him and stuff like
the big
that.
Guy, the big leader. He's got his woman. He's like, watch this, baby. I'm going to go pick on the little clown.
He's going to go beat him up.
What does he say to him? He was like, can I ride your bike? And he's, Or like, what, can I beep the horn? But then the jackass, he picks it up.
Then he picks it, he destroys the bike.
Stomping on it, smashes his whole bike.
What a bully.
I do, I feel bad. I mean, I know that clown would have killed them all anyway.
Right.
I feel bad.
Well, yeah, the guy deserves what he got anyway.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't know this clown is bad or good.
Right.
He's just destroying a little bike.
And then they're going to fight. They're going to duke it out now.
Because that little clown flies up in the air.
And he comes
back down with boxing gloves, and he's moving around in a circle with these big giant gloves on.
What are you going to do?
Knock my block off? And he rips her out.
And he does.
And off comes his head, and it ends up in the trash can about 20 feet away.
And I think my favorite part in that scene is there's one black biker. And as soon as the head comes off, damn! I can watch it over. Damn!
That's a good scene. Damn! Did he look like Samuel Jackson?
It probably was Samuel Jackson.
He shows up in the darndest movies. But anyways,
he had to get his start somewhere.
But then then they start showing back at the town again.
Burger joint, I think.
The burger, yeah.
That's a cool part when he's trying to. What is it? Like a couple of ladies and their kids.
Yeah, they're being bratty, and the parents are talking like, our bratty kids.
Eat your food.
Yeah, eat your food.
I noticed the little girl though. She picked her pickle off the burger, and that's what I always did. I always picked the pickle off my cheeseburger. I didn't order it without pickle.
I think I did too. Always picked it off.
I love pickles, but I don't like pickles on my cheeseburgers.
I hear ya.
So,
anyways,
there's that. And the
he tries coaxing the little girl
he's like,
out.
Come here. And you see he's got like a big cartoony kind of mallet behind
and the girl's coming. I mean, first of all, the clown looks scary
peekaboo.
as heck, but she's a kid, so... But
yeah,
she
if I was a kid, like, I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
Yeah, because it's not a funny looking clown.
It looks like that.
Yeah, it looks like this guy. But anyways, yeah, he just coaxes her to the door.
She's about to go up.
The parents didn't see her, even though she's like right next to him. Didn't see her get up and do, but she does before she gets to the kid gets to the door. The parent grabs her.
Get back here and eat your food.
So I'm surprised the clown didn't come in, but they're trying to be discreet, I guess. Let's not take a big burger joint. Let's take them one at a time or something. But
isn't it the same one? He's got like a suitcase, carpet bag or whatever, and he opens it up and takes a big. He goes behind a burger joint, I remember, and
later on he does that.
Of popcorn and puts it in the dumpster. You don't really know why yet.
Yeah,
but I have a feeling that leaves room for a sequel there, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, if we jump
the popcorn turns into something.
Yeah, if we say we'll say that when we get to it, but
the shower scene with the popcorn.
Oh yeah, well because we might as well say it. I mean, the popcorn basically are little tiny things that turn into clowns.
Turn into clown monster type things.
So with him sprinkling that in a big garbage dumpster, it eats the garbage, and
they show a guy coming out to take garbage out. You don't see what happens to him,
right? Well, they show him going.
Oh, does they show him get pulled in?
Yeah, he gets like kind of pulled in.
We don't see the monsters yet.
Right, but later in the bathroom scene, we'll touch on it a little bit more. But anyways, Mike and Dave right. they pull up to make out point, and they see that all the cars are like deserted and stuff like that. And he goes up and he sees cotton candy spun all in the car in the Jeep. Right. Yeah, so he reaches in for
the stuff. That's the stuff.
So he's like, "Yeah, do you believe me? Come on!"
Right, and he does. It's like here's some cotton candy. I would have tasted it though. Just to see what it tastes like.
You would wonder,
Just
because,
a little strand.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, all that cotton candy.
It might be good.
Maybe he just was.
Or it might melt me from the inside out.
He could have been diabetic and always known not to touch sugar.
Well, yeah.
So, who knows? But anyways, he does grab the glasses out of her too, which shows him, oh my God, there's been a scene.
Because they said that they saw another guy in the ship that we never saw. Like when they first saw that old guy. They say there was another dude. There was another cotton candy thing with another dude that Mike knew.
Yeah.
And we never saw him get taken, so I'm not really sure how he got captured or whatever.
Right.
But that was that dude's Jeep that was filled with cotton candy. It was that dude's glasses.
Yeah.
So now Dave believes him, uncuffs him, and hey, we got to go and do something about this. We're gonna head back into town.
Yeah.
And
as they do that, they shoot back to the police station scene. Right,
because calls are starting to come in.
Oh yeah, a lot of calls coming in, and Mooney's just going.
There's a clown on her, and he's great. He thinks the whole town's against him.
Yes, everybody is conspiring against him.
You don't need me. You need a psychiatrist.
And the guy from the drugstore calls him too. The little old guy who's just the nicest guy and all that, and he's like, he's even in on it. They've got him, and he's just so frustrated. He goes and gets the styrofoam cup out of the cabinet, pours some more scotch, whatever he's got, and drinks it back. And goes down smooth. But yeah, he's not taking it very well. He's pissed.
No, it's hilarious. I mean, I think in this scene, 4 or 5 phone calls come in, and
oh my God, yeah. Then what? The next really cool scene is what they shoot to a car chasing down the street, and the clowns. One of the clowns are outside next to him on the driver's side, and he's not on nothing, but he's got. What has he got in his feet?
Headlights on his feet.
Headlights just on his feet.
Yeah, and he causes the guy to wreck off the side of the road.
Yeah, he's bumping into him like a car would be.
It's like he's driving, but he's just floating on the. I don't know how they do that.
Yeah, I mean,
They have powers that we don't know about.
It was a cool scene. I mean, most of the time they're riding a bike or riding their little clown car.
See, that's how they could have got to the town way faster. If they all could do that.
Yeah, just pretend to actually. Yeah, however, flying abilities and stuff.
Definitely.
But this is the good scene when we get to the shower scene. And she starts
to see a little bit of belly there.
Little belly. Yeah, she folds it up. It's not like she was even getting undressed. But anyways, she was getting undressed.
Well, she's getting undressed. Some of that popcorn is shaking off her hair. And
on the floor.
And we see it kind of scooching. She doesn't notice it
It's like an inchworm.
A little bit. Yeah, really inching away.
And really cool. It doesn't look like string or anything. The special effects were really cool with that.
Yeah, I mean...
basic little popcorn, but it's inching along. It wasn't CGI. It had to have been some kind of claymation type thing almost, it looks like. But who knows? I don't know how they did that.
Or maybe there was just little wires or something that they did that
Could be.
That stuff gets so thin that we don't even see it on the film because of the grain.
Right.
So, but obviously the gestation period or whatever of that stuff is pretty quick because they're gonna, turn into life forms.
Soon after. So, actually, once she gets out of the shower.
Yeah, they're ready to rock. Unless she took a really long shower, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I mean, I take pretty long showers.
Yeah, take that shower, Debbie. You clean yourself.
Yeah, you use that.
Get all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, you use that loofah. Anyways.
Use that loofah.
Isn't loofah out of date now?
I don't know. What do they call it? My wife still uses one.
Does she? Okay. Well, I guess I
try using it, but when you get down to the genitalia, it's all rough.
That hard plastic loofah. You don't want to clean private areas with that if you're a guy, but maybe a girl. I don't know. It's a little different, but yeah, exactly.
Slap a little dial on there, and you're good to go. And then it takes forever to rinse the damn thing out.
Oh, I use my Killer Clown bath wash.
Yeah, here's my bath sponge.
It's about 25 years old, but I still use it.
Really?
Yeah, I use it every other month, like just a dab. So it's lasted me over the years.
Wow.
Anyways, yeah.
Vintage.
But what happens next then with Mooney? Back at the police station, did the clown come yet?
There's the people getting the little puppet show. That part kind of shows up there a little bit. The clown shows up.
Oh yeah, Dave and Mike Tobacco come flying in, and they see the one clown on the side of the road.
There's Mike. There's one, and he's doing little shadow puppets on the wall for these old people at the bus stop.
Oh, and they're just loving it. It's like the biggest thing they've ever seen in their life.
It's great.
Yeah.
And he finally, my favorite one's when he makes like Washington crossing the Delaware.
Yeah, how he made that with hands.
I'm trying to practice it, and I can't. But he doesn't make it like some big dinosaur, and the shadow just goes down and swamps all
eats him right up.
And I love it, Mike. He just like steps on the gas of the car, hit him, run him over, and they just like smash into the wall because the clown jumps. They all have this ability.
Yeah,
to
he
jump.
shoots right up in the air,
straight up. Now tell me,
and he's gone because they look out the window and they're like looking, where is he? He's gone.
So they got to get back to the police station. They got to gather up Debbie. I mean, they got to do something.
But they see the Terenzi brothers
show up again. They're fighting and
he tells Mike to go get them and warn the town.
They got to get the state police.
Yeah, he's going to get state police. They're going to warn the town.
Right. So we can use the truck, the loudspeaker on the ice cream truck to warn the town.
Yeah.
And they don't even believe him at first here. They think he's just joking. But he gets them to believe him, and they get in the truck and they go have an adventure. And I love these guys, even though they're not related. They look like they could be related.
Yeah, and his acting is just Mike Tobacco. I'm bringing it up again just because it's I love the overacting. But yeah, then we get to the
back to the directed to do.
Exactly. Yeah, the Chiodo brothers might have told him, act as crazy as you can, but
emote,
and then they get back to the police station.
Please, there's actors out there. Mike Tobacco's better actor than Tom Cruise. I'll put it right out there. I'd take this guy.
Man,
in any movie.
Okay,
you take Eyes Wide Shut. You put Mike Tobacco in there. Take Tom Cruise out. It's a better movie.
Well, it's probably, it'd probably be interesting. He'd be going, oh my God, what are you doing? What's going on?
Poor Stanley.
He would, that's why, whatever.
And then Mooney's going to come face to face with a clown.
Face to face.
The one just shows up, just walks right into the
stares at him.
Stares him down, and Mooney's going to arrest his ass.
Yeah, says, get over
here. Punk! You didn't break any laws, you didn't do anything wrong. We're going to arrest you. You don't have any rights. And he goes to lead him away, and with his hands come off.
Yeah, his hands just fly off.
The clown's hands come off, but the clown's going to go down to the jail, and he's going down the steps where the jail is, and those two punks from the beginning of the movie, they're still in jail. Hey, Mooney, when you going to give us a phone call? And he locks them up in there.
Right.
And I just remember the two guys, they don't look and go, my God, what is this? It's just like, what are you in for?
Yeah.
Which is probably what I would ask somebody in jail.
Yeah, just
what
like,
are you in for?
Yeah, just a clown shows up, you know. His hands pop back up.
Oh, yeah, he has the hands pop back
you
up.
know, and...
But,
yeah. And he's sweating to death. Mooney is just sweating.
It's all that alcohol.
It's hot in there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hot night. Hot summer night. But, yeah, he locks the clown up, and, you know, and that's it.
And Dave comes back. Sees the huge...
Yeah.
Giant red clown footprints everywhere.
And as he goes downstairs, there's like red, yellow, green, blue. They're just big footprints that are all over. They're like they're on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just on the floor. And he gets down there and sees that they've all been the two guys under. They've all been cotton candied.
Yeah. And even an arm falls out of the cocoon.
Yeah.
And that's where, I mean, you tell it's eating away at the flesh
and
stuff
later
like
is
that.
they're kind of like being liquefied inside here. I didn't really recall that the first couple times I'd seen it. And I'd seen this movie a bunch of times.
Right.
I rented it pretty often, but, sometimes you just...
You dissect the movie now, yeah.
Yeah, now I pay a little bit more attention to some of the details when we do the shows here. And
this is a good scene, too.
When Dave comes back up, and the same clown is still there, but he's got Mooney like a marionette puppet. I even like he's got like blood going
coming down
here,
the sides of his
chin. So it looks like the mouth, because I used to have like those kind of puppets, those marionette type puppets.
Yeah, you put your hand up their back.
I think you gave it to me. I had a W.C. Fields one, pull the string, and I had Laurel and Hardy and Howdy Doody and all those. And his cheeks are like red like a doll's, and I forget what he makes him say, but it's something smart.
Yeah, smart. Yeah,
and then the clown. I remember he pulls his hand out. It's just like it was inside his body.
Oh yeah, he stuck it up in his innards,
and it's just blood.
And he plops down on the ground and falls.
That's it. Mooney's gone. There's no coming back.
Yeah, and that clown is scary as heck in that scene, man. I mean, it's just.
I think it's the same one that wanted to mallet the little girl at the burger joint.
Right. And he did call the state police, and they finally said, "We'll send some people up there." They'll get help.
We got clowns, but I don't think he mentions the clowns. Just that the whole town's going crazy. People are getting killed.
Yeah, and then we come up to another great scene is when they're having like a little parade.
Oh yeah. The Terenzi brothers and Mike. They swerve out on the street, and there's just like a whole big parade with all this weird clown stuff that we never saw.
Ribbon coming,
balloons, everything. And they're just, you could see them dropping cocoons from the windows. They're just going door to door, getting everybody. Oh, yeah. But,
it's like a huge Dr. Seuss type thing, because it's got those vacuums.
That's a good thing. That's almost exactly what it's like, yeah.
It's like sucking up the little cocoons as they're riding by and all that stuff. I mean, really cool.
I love the guy who's hiding under a car. All right, and then they
don't see him. He's
hiding under a car. About this far away from him, and he figures this is the time to get up and run. All right? And the moment he gets up, I mean, anything that's got peripheral vision.
Yeah, let's not wait until the parade passes. Let's wait until they're 2 feet past you.
Right.
And then, exactly. Of course he's dead. Yeah.
He gets cocooned, and I think it lands like right in front of the ice cream truck, and that's it. So that's a really cool scene. The whole big parade, they're just gathering. It almost kind of reminded me of maybe it was the original one, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the pods.
Right.
They're all taking.
Yeah.
So there's like little subtle things for other movies here. I get a little flavor of that. I get a little flavor of Ghoulies.
Yeah.
I get a little flavor of even Aliens, which is more like at the end. Just a little, just like in my mind. And we get to Debbie again.
Yeah, she's in the shower.
And here's
getting out of the shower.
Yeah, getting out of the shower, getting dressed.
Her hair's it's actually her hair's all set and prettied up.
Yeah,
and
it looks good. When
all dressed.
I like it. I think she's even wearing like leg warmers too.
Typical 80s.
That.
Olivia Newton-John.
Where did those go?
Let's get physical. Yeah, I mean we need more headbands. Ankle sweat, whatever they call those.
Exactly.
And the poofy hair, yeah.
And that's where we see these...
and cut-off shirts. Yeah. But not on guys, because that's the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
A guy who wears a cut-off shirt and shows his belly, I don't care if it's a six-pack, it's disgusting.
I had one, I'll admit, when I was a kid.
Did you really?
It had Mr. T on it.
Oh, my gosh.
And my uncle made such fun of me about it, my Uncle Randy. I had to, because I wore it in West Virginia when I went to go visit them, and he made fun of me. So I think I cried, and I didn't want to wear it.
Oh my gosh! Anyways, the bathroom scene. That's where you get to see the what the popcorn's turned into. They're like little alien things with the clown's head on the end, almost like cool. the alien that pops out of the chest
burster. Yeah, that's a little taste of aliens that we get there.
A little bit, and
one of them pops out of the toilet, which reminded me of Ghoulies, which those kind of work.
Yes.
So I'm sure that was
Yeah.
people who like that movie.
But they're biting Debbie's shoulders
they're cool.
and
They're
just gnawing at her and stuff.
She
and
takes like the shower head, turns it on, jabs it in its mouth.
she's gonna drown him to death or something.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know.
distracts it enough so that she can get out. Throw the shower curtain on the other ones and get out.
Meanwhile,
She gets to the door.
yeah. They never show that. I mean, these little clown things are still there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like we said, we're talking sequel and
Sequel.
stuff like that. I mean, there's still clowns that were set everywhere from this popcorn stuff
Right.
that's everywhere. So yeah, all the clowns
Maybe they
are.
could have crawled in the sewer and made a whole civilization down there. or
Oh
something.
yeah, exactly. It could go a million different ways. This movie's easy to make a
Maybe
sequel
we should
to.
write this movie.
But we should. But anyways, yeah. Well, all the clowns start coming to her house and
Yeah,
they're
she
knocking
opens
on
the
the
door,
door.
and there they are. And they do something different to her. They
Right.
They don't cocoon her for some reason. I don't know why they. I mean, it's just a story device so that she gets to live.
Right.
But they have like a
It is
balloon
interesting.
gun
Yeah.
where they put her in a balloon, and I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't really make sense in the story.
Right.
They're
Except
cocooning
that you would
everybody else.
save her later on. But yeah, who
Right.
knows what they would do?
Maybe they had some kind of a plan for her that we didn't get to find out.
Right.
It's
It's like one of those huge balloons, like where you had a big rubber band at the end and you pound it and stuff.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's right with the big.
But this is a big one because
But it never
she's
looks big enough to hold a human being. But
No,
every time they do
right.
a close up, it's always
yeah, because what Dave and Mike pull up and they see that,
yeah, the truck
And
driving
that-
away with Debbie inside the balloon.
and the scene shows her like going like this, and they go, "Oh, let's follow her because she's in the
Right.
So they know she's in that balloon.
So, yeah, the ice
even
cream
though it
truck
was
and the cop
from
car.
about 30 feet away, I'm not sure if you could really see that.
Even with contacts, I can't
But
see it.
they see her in there for some reason, and they follow.
Right, and they end up losing the chase. The Terenzi brothers, they realize, that they don't realize that Dave's on their side. They see a cop car behind them, and they slam on the brakes and smash rear end. And
yes,
they want to show. You want to see my license? But anyway,
they're all
end up
worried because
taking
they're
off in the ice cream
troublemakers.
truck.
Yeah,
And where did they go? They're not out in the woods anymore. And like, where would you go if you were a clown? And they mentioned this, the old derelict amusement park at the end of the road,
where there's a security guard. And,
right? How do these clowns get in there if the security guard's there?
Yeah, like he didn't see the huge because
Right.
the tent's there. The ship.
Right, the tent's already there. Even
It's
when
all
the-
lit up. That's the only thing lit up in the huge
Right, the
amusement
clown
park.
car shows up and right in front of him when he's eating his lunch.
Oh yeah,
And, like-
and he just put the sandwich back away in his little.
Well, you don't want to share
jacket,
that.
yeah.
I don't want them to know I have a sandwich. Then they'll
Because he
want
needs
some.
to take care of business. He's
He
a
might have
security
diabetes. His
guard.
blood sugar gets low. He ain't gonna be good to nobody.
Exactly. But it won't matter anyways in a few minutes because.
How many get out of the car? Like 5 of them get
Oh
out of
yeah,
the
the
car.
little clown car comes up. I mean,
Classic.
it's not as little, but to have those
Yeah, but that
four
really
big
fat
clowns
one's in there too. So.
Oh yeah, there's no room for those 4 clowns. But he's just like, holy Moses, and they
So yeah, but the tent's already there,
Yeah.
hidden inside the funhouse. Sort of. I don't know how this all happened, but they've all got like some kind of cream pies, and they
like the old movies and stuff. They
Stooges
start
and-
throwing pies at him.
riddle
like-
him with pies.
Yeah, one after the other, after the other, after the other, until he's just
Right.
a big pile of whipped
Looks like lemon
cream.
meringue to me.
Yeah.
And the pies start to melt him down.
Yes.
And-
Once again, it's liquefying their
Yeah.
skin. So whatever
Right.
they got, their weapon of choice is melting the
I
skin.
love how you see like the bone, the arm bone sticking out.
Oh, and I love when the littlest clown walks by before he enters the whatever.
I think it's the
Funhouse.
entrance.
He puts a huge cherry right on top of
Where do you get a cherry? That
the
big?
cop. That's it. So it looks like a big sundae. He melted them down into a sundae. The security guard.
Right, so they head in there,
Ugh.
the ice cream truck with the Terenzi's, Mike and Dave, and
And they end
show
up in the perfect spot. Well, I'm sure it's probably because it's the only entrance to the amusement
Yeah.
park. But
They
they're
sit
right
around
there.
right next to it.
Yeah.
And I love the one I can't remember
Their names
Terenzi brothers.
individually.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it Rich and Paul or something like that?
Can't remember.
And he's like, he's going to take a little taste. I wouldn't lick that if I were you. You know? And does he lick?
I thought he licked it and put it in his mouth.
He didn't.
I still think he
remember.
did. But anyway, he does throw
We
it
didn't do our
down. But
homework.
anyways, yeah, that would like burn his my
Right.
tongue. I mean,
So they go
but,
in,
yeah.
and I like it. It's like the whole Funhouse kind of environment. They,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of like monsters with their mouths open. They have to walk inside to get in.
Right.
And that kind of ends up leading them into the ship. But but they will kind of sort of split up eventually. But for right now, they're kind of together.
Right.
And like once they start getting like where the ship is. Those big red buttons on the wall. I just remember one of the Terenzis. He had. They all walk by it. No one touches it, but then one of them. Oh, boop, boop. Yeah, that would be like me.
It's a big red button. You got to press it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't not press a button.
Of course,
because I think it's just some steam shoots up or whatever. But
yeah,
but they end up getting like it's Mike and Dave and the Terenzis end up getting separated. I just remember them falling into a pit of those balls. Yeah. Like you got at Chuck E. Cheese or something like that.
Right.
Really hygienic balls that the kids jump into.
Yeah, like the pit of balls. And there's two for the...
Girl clowns.
Yeah, you never see them ever again. It's just this only one scene.
But I like when they're sitting there, they look at them and the girl clowns. But I like how their boobs start getting bigger.
Yeah, they start blowing up.
Balloons and they're inflating them. They just...
Yeah, they just blow up and yeah.
This brings me to another point. Why can't we have these things in real life? I mean, why? Why? They invented seedless watermelons.
Oh my god!
Why can't they invent that?
Exactly.
For the occasion.
I think the doctors have done something like that. You just insert a little air and you can make yourself D's or C's, depending on...
Does this exist?
What party you go to.
Where have I been? What rock am I under?
And if it doesn't exist, it should.
Right.
And I'll take credit.
Scientists listening to the program or watching. We don't need to focus on cancer and seedless watermelons so much. Let's get to the things that really matter to society.
Oh. But then we get to the scene too where we find out that there's food in those cocoons.
Right.
The big clown.
Mike and Dave, they end up back in that cotton candy place. That storage hangar.
And the giant testicles. I mean cotton candy cocoons.
Oh, God.
Actually, once they get liquefied, whatever person's in there, and
he's checking them to see which one's ripe.
Yeah, if it's ripe and all
juicy.
Liquefied and stuff.
And the biggest crazy straw I ever saw in my life. If you straighten this thing out, it'd be 14 feet long.
Oh yeah, you know how it goes zigzag up and down, loop.
There's right degree,
just giant
degree angles up and down. I mean,
it would be like a 15-foot straw.
You lose your breath trying to suck anything out of this thing. I mean, my kids have crazy straws, but this one was ridiculous.
But yeah, he sticks it in the cocoon, sucks all the liquid out of there.
It looks like blood, but
and they show his mouth just sucking it, the big old lips, and
just loving it.
It tastes great.
Less filling.
Yeah, I wonder if it's sweet though, because if they did everything else clown and carny like, it would have to be sweet.
Maybe it mixes with the cotton candy and just
so it's
sweet. Like you're drinking cotton candy.
So yeah, it could be good.
It's gotta be good.
They also look like giant Dr. Seuss big pink light bulbs.
Yeah, I mean...
So whichever you think testicles, big, giant Dr. Seuss light bulbs, whatever.
That's all we're going to think about.
Well, I'm sure. But Dave and Mike did see him do this, so he's like...
right. They saw him sucking it, so now they know what's up with that. They search around in there a little bit, and they find the balloon that Debbie's in.
And there is another balloon next to Debbie's, too, so they must use it for some purpose.
But they didn't bother,
They didn't bother explaining, right,
yeah,
and we have no idea why.
Say they didn't bother is, Dave takes his gun, kind of shoots the edge and pops the balloon so Debbie can get out. They didn't do that with the other balloon to see if anybody else was in there.
And it does have all that powder in there, too, it comes in a balloon. Well, most of the balloons that, you do pop,
latex, I think.
A little overboard on the powder stuff, but yeah, I mean, he didn't kill her. He shot it, blew up. She comes out, So.
Watch out!
Crazy.
And, back with the Terenzis though.
Mm-hmm.
They don't show that they did anything with the females.
No.
When we do see them later on, they've got
kiss marks
all over them. Their clothes are shredded.
So they ravaged them.
They got down.
So there may be clown
sequel. There could be
Terenzi brother clown babies somewhere there.
Oh,
which would be great. Showing the tent.
I'm throwing out a lot of ideas.
Yeah, I would show a little nursery, and with pictures on the wall because they would be older now. So
Daddy.
The Terenzi brothers' faces mixed with clownish, all the things you could do.
Together.
And I love how they show big cylinder have the popcorn popping up in this big cotton candy room too.
Yes.
So there's little cool things everywhere.
All the details.
And the balloons, how they go running
they
after.
slide down the fireman's pole to get away.
That first, right.
And, they can't see where it goes. And I just remember there was a big monster at the bottom.
Yeah.
Just like a chomp you if you go down too far.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me question, why would the clowns even have that? I mean, if they slide down the pole, why would they want to get chomped by a monster? I don't know why it's there.
Yeah.
But,
one of those things.
They avoid it, and they end up in like this hallway full of balloons. They got to bat their way out.
Just like we did when we were kids.
Yeah,
I remember having birthday parties where our parents would blow up like 100 balloons, and we'd stick them all into one room, and that's kind of what they were doing. Blocked off area running through there. And
absolutely,
it was awesome.
They're making their way, trying to get out of the Funhouse. Terenzis, I don't know what happened to them. And, a couple of they got the balloon dog again, and they're chasing. And I love when they get to the door, and they're trying to get out. And they're open. Dave's got he's got a shotgun. Yeah. From the cop car. He's got his pistol and he's got a shotgun.
This is where you find out how they die.
That's right. He's trying to open the doors. He's like, another door! Another door! And it ends up being like this small.
Yeah.
And does he waste one of them in this part here?
He shoots the nose.
Right, in the nose, which will destroy them.
Yes, and he's
and that does make sense. I mean,
no. The first time he kills them is in the police station.
Oh, the big one.
That's where I totally forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we learn how.
That's the first time. Yeah.
That's the first time he
kills
kills
the police
one.
station.
That's right.
So then he knows.
And I like that because they all have that. So they all have that one weakness.
Oh yeah. Which is kind of cool. I mean, they did. They
right.
Crossed their T's, dot their I's, whatever.
Yeah.
For the
and
movie,
they're kind of like the zombies in Night of the Living Dead, in that one or two of them you can kind of handle them maybe, but you start getting a bunch of them together.
And this is where they all start coming out. Yeah, you don't see just the 4. There's a whole mess of them.
There's a ton of them. They all have weapons. They all have bats with nails in it, and the nails are like pink and red, and they've got golf clubs and maces. I mean, all kinds of bludgeony kind of things.
Yeah,
and they've got them kind of like up on a dais or whatever.
Yeah.
It looks almost like a birthday cake.
Giant birthday cake pedestal.
And they're about to whack them. And then the Terenzi show up to save the day.
They crash through the
ice cream truck.
Yeah.
But somehow they must have got out, got in their truck, and just blasted back in. So
evidently after they ravaged them, maybe it was so much for the clown girls they fell asleep and they got away.
It could be. It could be.
But yeah, they got the kiss. This is where they got all that and stuff. And,
right, and that kind of just stuns all the clowns.
Oh yeah, they're scared. They're like
they don't.
Well, not
move.
Scared, but they stop moving.
Well, because they say JoJo the clown, JoJo,
right?
Because they've got a big clown on top of their ice cream truck, and they're speaking out the loudspeaker.
So they could think it's some kind of clown king or something from.
Right. But then we'll see the real Clown King in a moment.
Oh, yeah.
They all start looking up. They get into the truck. They're going to try to get away. But the top of what's up. And this is what kind of reminds me of Aliens almost. Because when Ripley goes to see the Queen, all the drones kind of back away.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what happens here. The big king or queen.
Looks like a giant puppet on strings, though. It's got the big strings.
Like a puppet.
Although once he hits that pedestal type thing, whatever, they pop off. And he goes heading towards the Terenzi brothers' ice cream truck.
Clowns, they just totally back up.
Yeah, because he's here now, and they disappear. Right. They're gone.
This is a bitchin' clown.
20 feet tall.
Like Kong. Oh. And he comes over there and starts to beat the hell out of the
pounding the heck out of the ice cream truck.
Who does he pick? He picks one of them up. I can't remember which one it is. But
he picks up Dave after they get away.
Right, and it's just like, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
He picks up the ice cream truck first.
Oh.
Throws it across the room or whatever.
Mike, Dave, and Debbie get out of it, and the Terenzi brothers are still in it, and he picks it up, whips it, and it
blows up. Fire.
Terenzi brothers toast.
Yeah.
So we think.
Exactly.
And that's a heartbreaker if you haven't seen this before. Man, these guys.
They died, no way.
Yeah, and that's a huge explosion. All right, when you see that truck, I mean, there's nothing left.
Yeah, to find out later that,
right.
They survived, but we'll say. But, he tells what? He tells Debbie and Mike to go run out the hole that the ice cream truck blasted through.
Right. They all could have got away, but if someone doesn't stop these clowns, I mean, there's going to be no tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, it'll be clowns will take over Earth.
Dawn of the Clowns.
Yeah.
And
but this is where he gets picked up by the big clown.
His shotgun's gone. He's got his pistol.
He's a little toy. You could tell he looks like a little toy in
Yeah,
his hand.
it's still cool when he,
he
picks him up like Colin picking up Fay Ray.
Still perfect hair and stuff. It hasn't messed up at all. I mean, it looks great.
Not even sweaty or anything. Perfect, dude. Whatever you're using, don't stop.
But doesn't he shoot him too?
He takes a few shots at him and misses, even though the nose is bigger. But I guess when you're running around, you can't really, stop and aim. And
I can't remember how he kills him though. He hits
I
him,
remember how he kills him when he picks him up. And also, what's going on this time? Debbie and Mike get out, but you see all the electrical lines going up, like the tent is getting ready to take off.
Right.
It's a lost cause. We're getting out of here.
Yeah.
And
the humans have discovered us, and even though there's a hole in there, do you think they'd have to patch that up? But nevertheless,
let the city pay for it. And he picks Dave up, and Dave manages to get his top patch.
Yeah.
And he uses the pin to bust the nose
pops his nose.
Like a balloon.
Yeah.
And that's what destroys
him. He goes,
the big JoJo clown. And now the state police are showing up.
Yeah, all the cops.
It looks like a top. The tent, looks like a top.
Spinning top, yeah. And it's taking off in the air. It's all glowing and stuff.
Mike and Debbie make it to the state police.
And I love how the police, especially the one female cop, is just like, looking the whole time. And they show her face like 3 times.
Well, what are you going to do?
I know, they're shocked.
You're looking at it, oh my God.
Yeah.
Art Bell was right.
Yeah. Art Bell.
And the big JoJo clown's destroyed. And that ends up destroying the entire tent, the whole thing, kablooey.
Yeah.
That they're all gone, and the
little clown car
crashes down to Earth. Dave managed to hide in that before the last minute.
Yeah, he got in there somehow really fast and hid and thought it would save him, which it did.
Right.
Didn't get destroyed, so the clown car is indestructible, I guess.
Right. And the Terenzi brothers, they show up too. They hid in the freezer of the ice cream truck.
Yeah, where the ice cream was. They must have had to throw it all out because it had to be packed and stocked.
They had to hurry.
So they must have crawled in there and hurried up and went as they were flying in air before the explosion. And but they survived, and they had ice cream all over their faces and stuff and all that. And
then all the heroes are standing there looking up. They did we do it? Did we defeat them? And next thing you know, a bunch of pies from somewhere.
Yeah, out of the air come flying
all
down.
over them.
Yeah,
and
it's raining pies.
But we would think that they're going to get liquefied now.
Yeah, you thought.
But whatever. It is what it is. I choose to think that they didn't. And that pretty much takes us to the end of the movie. Just a cool movie, great effects. Yeah. These are the kind of effects I like. I like Ray Harry has an effects. I like this kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. I like when people make stuff by hand.
Oh, yeah. That's why I'm such a big fan of Tim Burton.
Yeah, practical
because
effects.
All that claymation and
his old stuff.
Yeah, his old stuff. I mean, yeah. But
when he was good, he was great.
Right.
So,
okay, well, yeah, we won't talk more about it.
But I'll always watch his movies. That's the thing. I'll always watch his movies.
And how about they wanted us to talk about Misfit Boy Waltz wanted to talk the Dickies.
The Dickies. He's a Dickies fan. Dickies.
Well, I'm not sure if he did or somebody else. So maybe somebody from YouTube asked. But neither. Yeah, whatever. Dickies are great. They're great punk rock band.
They do the theme song to this movie, Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
And it plays
awesome
a little bit at the beginning.
song.
Yes, I got it on my iPod. I was listening
It's a perfect 80s punk pop. Because it is more punk pop than anything. So and it's an awesome song.
Right. It plays over the end credits. And what I always remember... I think we were talking about this last time. Yeah. I remember, I don't think it was on the DVD. I don't know if it's on the Blu-ray because I don't have the Blu-ray. But when I used to rent the tape, at the end of the tape, after the credits were over, because I think it advertised on the box that the video was on there.
Yeah.
So you got to watch the video. And the video is cool because not only does it have the Dickies in it, I believe it was directed by one of the Chiodo brothers.
Yeah.
And it's got some of the extra scenes with the clowns. It's got scenes from the movie, but it's got extra stuff with the clowns in it. And that was cool. And that was kind of like a little extra before DVD was around. The only other tapes that had that were the full moon movies. There was always like a little video magazine at the end that would tell you about the next movie or the making of the movies.
Because, they pumped them out, New Moon.
Yeah, and
which was,
they were like the only ones that did that. So that was kind of cool little, extra at the end of the tape.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that was a great song by the Dickies. It's kind of like Ramones, I would kind of compare them to, if I had to.
And didn't you said they did the music for
they did a cover.
Banana Bunch?
Well, they did a cover of the Banana Split song.
Oh, the Banana Split
song. They did their own cover. They did a lot of cover songs. Yeah. A lot of their own songs. And I believe they're still around, going strong, as far as I know. A lot of past members in the band, but if you like something like Ramones and you never listen to Dickies, I'd check them out. They've got a lot of records and
punk pop.
Yeah. Yep. Good stuff.
They're on YouTube, so you can check it out.
Just put California.
Put the Dickies in there, and they'll show up. So,
but this song is cool. They had their own album called Killer Klowns from Outer Space that this song was on. They didn't do any other music for the film, but it's a great song. I have that song, and along with a few of their others. I love the Banana Split song. They did I remember they did a cover of Nights in White Satin and stuff like that. I like their cover songs. Seems like that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
they got a lot of cool stuff. So, little shout out to the Dickies there for a great song in this movie and a cool video that came out with it too.
Oh yeah.
So and if you haven't seen that, go on YouTube because it's a cool video.
Yeah. So anybody a fan of B horror, this Killer Klowns from Outer Space is just awesome.
It's all up your. I mean, if you got whatever that fear of clowns is called, if you got this, I bet you this movie is just. You're not to conquer your fear.
You're not going to want to watch it if you have a fear of clowns. That's for sure.
What a horrible movie.
Oh my God. Tie you up and watch clowns the whole time there. Oh,
I get why people can be afraid of them. I get that.
They got that scary, sinister look to their face. It's all makeup.
But college to be a clown.
Oh, I love clowns.
Yeah, clown college.
I actually love horror clowns. I love the scary clown.
Captain Spaulding from House of a Thousand Corpses, my favorite one.
Yeah.
Or in Devil's Region.
And this guy here, but it's awesome, yeah. But definitely a cool movie. Glad we got to do it.
Yeah, I hadn't watched it in a while, so thank you. It was nice to revisit that one. I hadn't seen it for a while. I'm definitely looking. I'm going to get the Blu-ray eventually, I think. Got to add that to the collection. That's got to be one I have. Cool, the kids have to watch that sometime.
Oh yeah. I think you can let your kids watch this. I think mine would watch this.
Yeah, I think there's like one F word, and I think they had to do that to give it like a PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't think there's anything all that risque in it.
No.
Maybe like a 5-6-year-old kid if they like monster movies.
Yeah.
Should be able to watch this. Just watch that one. I think it's Mooney that says it, but just watch that one word.
So I think that takes us to the end this time. I think we may be doing the original Poltergeist.
Right, there's a
next
remake
Monday
coming out soon, so we thought it'd be kind of cool to, when there's a remake coming out, maybe we'll do the original movie or something like that. Yeah. So even though it's not one of the
contrast,
oldie black and white ones or something like that, still Poltergeist is a great movie. It's got a lot of fans, and so I think we're going to tackle that one next. Talk about that. There's a lot of cool stuff in that movie. So I think we'll have plenty to talk about. So do your homework. Watch Poltergeist for Monday.
Okay, and like always, please subscribe on YouTube because that's where we're trying to broaden our subscribers and people watching and stuff. But iTunes is doing great. Everybody who's fans of the show, thank you.
Send us money.
Give us a big job on a network TV show. Yeah, that would be great. But this has been awesome. Check us out on Facebook. We're on iTunes, so subscribe to us everywhere. Twitter, we're there, Little Monsters. Follow links on the Facebook page. I put links everywhere. Right. Even on YouTube, there's links to everything if you look down below. So, other than that, I think we're out of here for this week. And, man, it was awesome. Mm-hmm. And can't wait till next Monday.
Next Monday.
Peace out.